Why did you quit Deloitte?
What is the difference between a poem and a ghazal?
Do we have any Indian who got Nobel Prize in Physics?
Abhishek, China has registered another technological feat towards the development of artificial sun. Are you aware of the development? What is it?
What is the difference between digital governance and e-governance?
May I come in, sir?
Yes, come in.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Please be seated.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please give a brief introduction about yourself.
Sure, sir. My name is Abhishek Sharma. I'm a resident of Agra, Uttar Pradesh. Sir, I've completed my secondary education from Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya. Thereafter, I've completed my BTech in Computer Science from NIT Bhopal. After that, I've also had the opportunity to work with Deloitte for 2 years as an analyst. Apart from academics, sir, I like playing chess and writing ghazals.
Why did you quit Deloitte?
Sir, I joined Deloitte to get a financial cushion, so to make my civil services preparation self-sustainable. Once I achieved that, I resigned and opted for the preparation full-time.
What good lessons have you learned while working in Deloitte which you think can be utilized when you join the government services?
Sir, I was an analyst, but in my team, my manager also made me a co-manager. So I got access to leadership skills, which also taught me conflict resolution. There have been times where multiple members of my team were in conflict and I helped them resolve the conflict. Moreover, it also taught me how to take responsibility, how to adhere to strict deadlines. All of this, I think, sir, will be really helpful in administration.
Okay. I can see that you have participated in Swachh Bharat Abhiyan also. In what capacity did you participate?
Sir, when Swachh Bharat Abhiyan was launched, Government of India started an expression series, more like an essay writing competition for 15 days. So, sir, I won that competition twice.
Okay. If you have seen the current union budget presented by the Honorable Finance Minister, there is a lot of emphasis on Swachh Bharat mission. Do you have any vague idea how much outlay has been projected in the current year's union budget on Swachh Bharat Abhiyan?
Sir, I am not aware of the exact amount.
It's okay. There is a concept ODF plus. What does it mean?
Sir, it means sustaining the open defecation free status which has been achieved under the first phase of Swachh Bharat mission.
Okay. So what is the target for the first phase?
Sir, the target for the first phase was broadly divided into 4 pillars. One was to get an open defecation free status. Secondly, sustainable solid waste management. Thirdly, menstrual and sanitation hygiene. And sir, fourthly, behavioral change.
Indore has been ranking number 1 in the Swachh Bharat mission ranking. So what are the good things which Indore has done which other municipal corporations should also try to incorporate in their programs?
Right, sir. Sir, Indore came up with an Indore model of Swachhta. Because of that, it won the Swachh Sarvekshan Award for the 7th consecutive time. Sir, the main thing is 100% door-to-door waste collection and focus on circular economy. So, sir, every single scrap of waste is utilized and comes back in the economy. The waste waste is utilized for biocomposting, whereas the dry waste is sold, and the money which is received from selling that is again reinvested in cleanliness programs. That is one thing. Secondly, sir, they have a strict no stray cattle policy. Thirdly, sir, 100% door-to-door campaigning and involvement of NGOs in making masses aware about the benefits of Swachhta.
Tell me, Indore municipality had also a few years back had gone for green bonds.
Yes, sir.
What is the significance of issuing green bonds?
Sir, green bonds provide an alternative and sustainable method for raising capital for financing projects related to sustainable development and cleanliness for that matter. So, sir,
do you have any idea the municipality has been able to achieve the target and the purpose for which the green bond was floated?
Sir, I am not aware of the purpose for which they
by the way, what is a masala bond?
Sir, masala bonds are rupee denominated bonds which are issued in foreign markets by Indian companies.
Why there is a need for going for masala bond?
Sir, masala bonds basically put the exchange rate risk away from Indian firms and to the lender.
Wonderful, wonderful. Recently, you must have heard or read in the newspaper that Australia has banned children from accessing your social media, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Now, number one, first question is how this is going to be operationalized, and number two, should India also emulate Australia?
Sir, to operationalize this sort of thing, firewalls are made usually, which can be breached only through valid documentation which proves the age of the children, whether they are above 18 or not. Sir, India also in recent digital data protection rules put forth an idea whereby they have not directly banned children from accessing social media, but a parental consent is required. Although they have not given the exact guidelines how to achieve that, but sir, technologically it is possible. Outrightly banning children from accessing social media is not a good step in my humble opinion, because sir, there are certain benefits which students get, like teleeducation sources which are now running on social media as well. So sir, getting parental consent and ensuring that they are away from the ill effects.
But how will you strike a balance? How will you ensure that parental consent is taken, but operationalization part is the problem?
Right, sir.
So how will you ensure? Suppose if you are given the mandate, then what are you have studied computer science also?
Yes, sir.
Tell me what kind of model you can think of to ensure that they have an access to the good contents, but at the same time the bad or vulgar contents they are kept away from viewing.
Sir, we can learn from the Australian model. The Australian government has got in touch with social media intermediaries to basically, like, it is the responsibility of social media intermediaries there to ensure that this consent is taken from the parents and children are not exposed to vulgar content. So there are two modes in various social media sites there. One is safe mode, that is children mode, and one is adult mode. So sir, children cannot access adult mode unless, like for India, we can do KYC verification for making a social media account, whereby we can get the exact age of the person making that account, and also the parental consent can be included in KYC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Abhishek, I think you are familiar with three important cities of India. That is, one is Delhi, second is Morena, and third is Agra.
Yes, sir.
Let us talk about their origins,
Yes.
origin of the name, okay, name origin. So we should begin with Delhi. Tell me something about the origin of Delhi.
Sir, Delhi, which was historically known as Indraprasth, was first made the capital by Tomars. After that, Shah Jahan shifted the capital.
Regarding the word Delhi,
Sir, as far as I can recall, Delhi words comes from Dhelika, which means the loose sand which is present in this region.
okay, that is good. Then let us move to Morena.
Sir, Morena word literally means abode of peacocks, where
Peacocks.
Moors reside. So sir, that is the nomenclature. It was historically notorious for dacoity because of the Chambal ravines which were present there. Sir, it was when the State Reorganization Commission happened in 1956. They gave Morena to Madhya Pradesh, although it lies on the tri-junction of MP, UP and Rajasthan.
Okay, why the National Chambal Sanctuary? Why it is important?
Sir, it is one of the few preservation centers of Gharial which is critically endangered. So sir, it is ecologically important.
And some gazak is also there.
Yes, sir.
That is also very famous.
Yes, sir.
How it is made?
Sir, it is a mixture of sesamum and jaggery. Both are mixed, then beaten, then dried to make slabs, which are then consumed.
Okay. Abhishek, I think you have also studied from Maulana Azad. Tell me something about his contribution.
Sir, Maulana Azad ji had a great contribution. He was a beacon of Hindu-Muslim unity right from the time of Khilafat non-cooperation movement. Then he also became the youngest president of Indian National Congress. The president for the longest time, that is 5 years consecutively. After independence, he was the first education minister of the country. So sir, his contribution.
Oh, so what is his contribution in the development of national education?
Sir, as first education minister, he established UGC. He proposed the ideas of IITs and AIMS, that is the premier institutions of the country. He also established a planning institute in New Delhi. Apart from that, the current curriculum that we follow, its foundation was laid back then by him.
Okay. Your father is also a teacher.
Yes, sir.
Presently, we do have National Education Policy 2020. Can you highlight some of the very, very important features of this policy?
Sure, sir. Sir, first and foremost, national education policy tries to Indianize the Indian education system, trying to move away from the colonial hangover which our education system possesses. It proposes education in mother tongue or vocational languages
Yes.
up to primary level. Apart from that, sir, it also foresees at some time that even the masters and graduate level, we tend to get the courses in Hindi language or other regional languages. Apart from that, sir, teacher training is a very important aspect of national education policy. It uses digital media, social media, and platforms like e-rickshaw.
There are two very important concepts. One is major, another is minor. Do you have any idea about that? Major course and minor course?
Sir, I am
Let
not
us
able
move on to. Also, there is one more concept, and that is related to interdisciplinarity and multidisciplinarity. Do you have any idea about that?
Yes, sir, I've read about that.
Just explain.
Sir, multidisciplinarity is a modern form of attaining education whereby the student is not only focusing on a single subject, rather he is focusing on multiple disciplines like sports, vocational education, extracurricular
And
activities.
about interdisciplinarity?
Sir, multiple academic disciplines being studied simultaneously.
Okay, last question from my side. What is the difference between a poem and a ghazal?
Sir, poem is a broad word. Ghazal is a subset of poem or a type of poem which is bound by very strict rules.
There is also a difference on the basis of language.
Yes, sir. Poem is an English word, obviously, but it encompasses like Hindi kavita or kasida. All these are classified as poetry or
And
poems.
what about ghazal?
Ghazal is also a type of poem, sir, but mainly it is read.
We
and-
have also ghazals in Hindi.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Abhishek, your optional subject is physics, right?
Right, sir.
2024 Nobel Prize of Physics is, given to whom?
Sir, it is awarded to Hopkins and Hinton for
what
foundational
kind of
work
work?
in machine learning and artificial neural
Right.
network.
So, what is the relation of artificial intelligence, machine learning with physics? Are they both, compatible to each other?
Sir, with modern research, the boundary between physics and computer science is blurring,
Right.
because as physics is researching deep into quantum physics, and here computer science is expanding into quantum computing. So both are intersecting with each other, and these are foundational principles on which ANN works is derived from physics.
Right. So, why there is so much buzz about the new Chinese model of AI, Deep Secret?
Sir, experts agree that it is more efficient than the ChatGPT, that is OpenAI's generative artificial intelligence.
So, is there any technological difference on which the ChatGPT is working and this Chinese AI model?
Sir, technologically, both are large language models and working on transformer technology. But sir, the data on which they are trained on and the censorship which both possess are slightly different. DeepSeek is trained on a larger amount of data and the model utilized is of greater efficiency.
Right. Do we have any Indian who has, got Nobel Prize in Physics?
Certainly, sir. Dr. C.V. Raman got the Nobel Prize for Raman effect.
Right. So, what is Raman effect and what is its application? If you have to deal with a 6-year-old boy, how will you, let him understand about Raman effect?
Sir, I'll tell him that Raman effect is when a light passes through something, it tends to scatter around. And sir, when the scattered light is analyzed, it is not exactly same as to the incident light. So there are some light of higher frequency, there is some light of lower frequency. So Dr. C.V. Raman, sir, explained the origin of these lights, that is Stokes and anti-Stokes lines. And
is it enough for a 6-year-old, child to get understanding of all these effects?
At least, sir, he can understand that the light which is incident should be same as the light which is scattered, but it's not so. So there is something going on there, and Dr. C.V. Raman explained that.
Fine. You have also worked with Deloitte, right? Deloitte is one of the big four. There is lots of discussion about a very tough work-life, kind of issues in all these big fours. What is wrong with them? Why youths are under so much of stress, those who are working with these big four?
So recently also this matter
Right.
came up when a girl died by suicide.
Yeah, so asking in this context only.
Right, sir. Sir, definitely the work pressure is higher because when we get like employed as analysts, we are the workforce of the companies. So they are putting that much pressure on us. Sir, it definitely has cons because the work-life balance is, we are not able to maintain the work-life balance. But sir, it depends on the case-to-case basis. The projects I was assigned, they were mostly offshore projects, and I was able to balance my work life and my private life. So not every company, I'll say, is pushing. There are strict policies in that company to avoid that. So that might, the case that happened with that girl might be a one-off case.
Right. My last question to you is that if you are into any kind of consulting job, you have worked in some kind of leadership position also, what kind of ethical standards have to be drawn between a consultant and a client? Is there any ethical principle that both have to adhere to?
Definitely, sir. The primary principle being integrity and the secondary principle being secrecy. So, sir, the consultant and client relationship is more like a attorney-client relationship. A consultant is privy to a lot of information about the client firm or the personal information of the client, and it is expected of the consultant to ensure that that information is not leaked outside. From the perspective of the client, contractual obligations which are there on the client should also be followed. So there is other ethical principle of revealing the information if it's against national interest or criminalizes the client to the government. So sir, a tightrope has to be walked upon by the consulting firm.
Fine, thank you.
Abhishek, what are these big four consulting firms?
Sir, big four consulting firms, that is Deloitte, KPMG, PwC. Can I think for a second, sir?
Yes. Is EY a part of it?
EY, yes, sir.
Right. So a very prominent issue that is popularly discussed is talks about the conflict of interest when it comes to the functioning of these entities. That is, they provide both consulting services as well as the auditing services.
Right, sir.
So how these issues are managed?
Sir, there is a strict watertight separation between both the verticals as far as Deloitte is concerned. So I am aware about Deloitte structure. It is divided into 6 verticals with no crossover of employees.
Right.
Even the partners are different for every vertical and they are overseeing their work only. So sir, no information about auditing is transferred to consulting firms, consulting vertical. So sir, that ensures that conflict of interest doesn't happen.
So India has a huge capital base, we have a huge industrial base, then why we are not able to develop our own domestic brands as far as this level of consulting and auditing is concerned? Why we are still relying on foreign players?
Sir, the comparative advantage of India in terms of labor is cheap unskilled labor. Sir, the skill levels of Indian masses is not up to that level, although they are coming here and employing us because of the first movers advantage. They are big players in this field, and sir, they are ensuring that small players do not get that much business opportunities because they control a large share of the market. That's why they are known as Big Four. So sir, that is one of the reasons also. Moreover, sir, there are Indian consulting firms which are working in this field. They are growing, and certainly, if not today, then in future, they'll
Abhishek,
compete.
China has registered another technological feat towards the development of artificial sun.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you aware of the development?
Yes, sir. I am.
What is it?
Sir, artificial sun is a part of ITER that aims to achieve fusion, nuclear fusion at Earth. So, sir, they have achieved the temperature close to the temperature of the sun to simulate the conditions for nuclear fusion.
So we have been into this area of research towards the development of fusion reactors, but till now we have not been able to gain any meaningful or commercial success in this regard. So why is it so hard to develop fusion reactors?
Sir, fusion reaction takes place under very high temperature and pressure, and sir, it is like as it happens at the core of the stars. So it is extremely difficult to achieve that temperature and pressure on Earth, and even like we have achieved it, but for quite a few seconds or milliseconds for that matter. China achieved it for 7 seconds. That is the large breakthrough recently which happened. But sir, research is going on in this field, and research is also going in the field of cold fusion, where we are trying to bring down the temperature on which fusion occurs.
Right. So the latest budget as presented by the Honorable Finance Minister also indicates the government's commitment towards the development of nuclear energy in India.
Right, sir.
So what do you know about this?
Sir, Honorable Finance Minister proposed a target of 100 gigawatt, and they are also incentivizing private sector to participate.
So India is also committing to the development of SMRs.
Yes, sir.
What are these?
Sir, SMRs are small modular reactors, which are smaller in size than conventional reactors and are portable devices which can generate nuclear energy based on nuclear fission.
Okay, my last question to you. The People's Republic of China and the Republic of India started their independent developmental journey almost during the same period. How do you see the progress as far as these two countries are concerned as of today?
Sir, as of today, economically, China is much ahead of India, and both the indicators, that is GDP and per capita income, showcase that. Sir, the reason I can attribute this to is China liberalized its economy around 15-20 years before India, and that gave it a kickstart. That was also an era of globalization when, sir, it reaped the benefits of US hegemony and a globalized world. India is 20 years behind it, and of late we have seen that world is moving towards deglobalization, which makes it tougher for India to.
So inherently the first mover advantage is indeed a contributing factor to China's development, but also the kind of policy and the kind of legislation that China enacts and the manner in which they are executed are often way beyond the comprehension and understanding of the India's political landscape, which is primarily driven by freedom and the issues alike. So what have we gained actually by this by these notions of independence, freedom, all these things?
Sir, India values its ethics and morals at par with the economic development. India cannot just blatantly imitate China and become a surveillance economy, doesn't care about the privacy of individuals, giving state support to companies, breaking WTO norms. India cannot outrightly do that just to ensure its economic development because of its national image and also national interests. Because, sir, only economic interest doesn't guarantee the interest of the citizens.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Abhishek.
Hello, ma'am.
You have been an analyst, right?
Right, ma'am.
Could you please analyze for me the impact of influx of refugees during or after partition in Delhi, how it has transformed the demography and culture of UT Delhi?
Ma'am, can I take a few seconds?
Sure.
Ma'am, during partition, there was a large influx of people from that side of the border, particularly Sikhs and Hindus. Ma'am, government of that time tried to settle them, give them lands in the outskirts of Delhi. Those regions are now a part of broader NCR region and a part of central Delhi as well. It definitely changed the demography. We have more Sikhs in Delhi than there were before. The urban development of Delhi also suffered a setback because of that, because at that time land was granted in an ad hoc and haphazard manner. So even today the colonies like Burari, they are not very well planned, and the development is happened in an unsustainable way. So that also was there. If like refugee influx would not have happened, then Delhi could have gone the way Gurgaon has gone in planning the city in sectors, which did not happen with Delhi.
All right. My another question to you. Delhi has been built a number of times and has been destroyed a number of times. So in this phase, how it has shaped its identity as a capital?
Ma'am, the modern identity of National Capital Region of Delhi started shaping after independence, when we got Delhi back from British, and then now even we are trying to Indianize it, changing names of places, like renaming it to Kartavya Path, renaming the National Museum. Before that also, ma'am, when Shah Jahan made it the capital of the empire, shifting it from Agra, the population started increasing in this region because of the power structure. Before that, if we go before that, then ma'am, it was the capital of Thomas, as I mentioned. So yeah, ma'am, these are the three things or three phases in which I can distribute the information.
Do you think that just by changing the names, we can put a step or a dimension of Indianization on various cities or the states that have been changed?
Ma'am, it is not a final solution, but a starting point per se. Like, we have to start from somewhere, and changing names is a good start, I think, because sooner or later the names we tend to internalize the names. The name of Prayagraj, Allahabad, has been changed to Prayagraj, and even today a lot of people call it Allahabad. But I can see that in 20 or 30 years, when the new generation learns the name Prayagraj itself, then they'll understand. Similarly for regions in Delhi, the new parliament building, we are moving away from the British legacy.
All right, my last question to you. what is the difference between digital governance and e-governance?
Can I think for a
Yeah,
second?
sure.
Ma'am, e-governance refers to the use of electronic technology to ensure transparency and targeted service delivery to citizens. Whereas digital governance is a broader term which encompasses e-governance as a facet of itself. Apart from it, it also utilizes various other digital technologies apart from just electronic technologies. It also utilizes modern critical emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning. For example, mygov.in, there is a chatbot which like AI trained chatbot which generates. So it is a part of digital governance. The entire digital public infrastructure, that is UPI, Aadhaar, that is the India stack, is also a part of digital governance. Whereas e-governance is limited in scope. So I'd say digital governance is a step up from e-governance.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Abhishek, I can see that you have participated in debate competition and won it also.
Yes, sir.
I presume you are a good debater, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You see, the word corruption is a much maligned term, isn't it? And everyone really talks about it and how to eradicate it. Now I am giving you a topic. You have to collect your thoughts and then speak for the motion.
Okay.
The topic goes like this: corruption in the government is good for India. It increases efficiency. Collect your thoughts and speak for a minute.
Sir, corruption is often cited as a grease to the machinery of governance. In India, the primary cause of lack of industrialization of India is regulatory cholesterol, red tapeism. Even after the 1991 reforms, there still is a lot of regulatory cholesterol which prevents industries from becoming bigger. They require a lot of clearances. Still, there are no exit norms, and sir, corruption tends to bypass these regulatory hurdles, so to say, which do not add anything substantial. It also increases the speed with which government work is done. So in that way, it definitely greases the machinery and increases the efficiency of governance.
Okay, thank you very much, Abhishek. It was nice talking to you. The interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you so much. May I come in, sir?
Come in. Sit down, Abhishek.
Thank you, sir.
When is your interview, Abhishek?
Sir, it's on 4th of April.
4th. Which attempt is this?
This is third attempt and first interview.
First interview. Okay. Okay. How was your experience with us today?
Sir, I thought interview went well. I improved upon the last mocks.
Okay. Okay. It has gone really well.
Thank you, sir.
Quite happy with your performance. So it all depends on your luck, how you have performed in your mains examination, because we can assure you that interview is not going to pull you down, rather it will pull you up.
Thank you, sir.
So you should be confident about it. Only thing is lot of time is there. So what questions will be asked, nobody can guarantee you. It can range from anything and all. But as because going by your DAF and all that, you have worked in various fields.
Right, sir.
And you have a work experience also. So some issues related with Deloitte or Big 4 or Big 5 and all that. Some controversies related to Deloitte and all. Questions may be asked, and I'm pretty sure you will be able to handle those questions. Then we have also asked you a question why we could not develop our own homegrown Big 4 or Big 5, isn't it? And your answers were good. One day may come when we are also there. That is number one. Number two, you are from Madhya Pradesh. Morena is very important,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it? It was a very dreaded name, Morena, once upon a time. How it is witnessing your development? So what exactly plan of action is there by the state government and the central government, and how it is now emerging as an industrial hub? So there are questions related to that. And some names of Morena dacoits and all that may be asked also. Those who have worked in the MP area and all retired bureaucrats, they may ask you questions about that. That is number two. Tourism is another important area of Madhya Pradesh. So tourism, it has one types of tourism, that is one area. And second is you have 3 UNESCO heritage sites in Madhya Pradesh.
Right, sir.
Still it is not becoming number 1 or number 2 tourist destinations in the country. What are the issues involved and what are the possible solutions and all that? then you may be asked to compare your tourism industry vis-a-vis Rajasthan and all that. So just be prepared to face that kind of topical issues or situational questions. So and then other issues of tribal issues of Madhya Pradesh, PVTGs, and you must be aware of that. Then women-centric issues of Madhya Pradesh. Suppose if you are posted in Morena and all that as a district magistrate, 3 important areas of concern which you think should be tackled first and all that should be given topmost priority. That is another area. So Madhya Pradesh state you have to prepare from all angles. Then you are basically a computer engineer and you have opted for physics. So entire your push on the technology given by the government of India will come into focus. So it can range from anything to anything. So we prepare this thing, particularly in the concept in the context of Make in India and your National Innovation Mission and all that. So what are the basically schemes and policies which have been initiated by the government and the outcomes thereof, isn't it? That is one. And you are a computer engineer, somebody may ask you questions related to DeepSeek and AI, OpenAI. I don't think there will be any problem from your side. But there are certain socio-economic issues and challenges, and because you have opted for physics also, so why we have not been investing a lot of funds in the research area of physics, isn't it? In recent times we don't have any physicists of eminence emerging in our country. So what are the reasons, possible reasons for that, and what physics can play a role in fostering innovation, and that because innovation is very important, and defense sector is another big sector which is in the news. So how physics advancement in physics address India's socio-economic challenges, particularly in defense sector.
Right, sir.
So defense technologies, some of technology must be aware and role of physics in those technologies, be it your missions of ISRO and all that.
Right.
So prepare this thing just to ensure that how we become a global competitive nation. That's it. So these are a few questions which are coming to my mind. And then next is your debate and all that. Yeah, I hope you get a chance to argue on anything because you have a good communication skill. So that will help you. One good thing is that we have seen you speaking logically, speaking rationally, which is what is important for a prospective civil servant, because you must remember that this is the test of your personality, isn't it? So virtues of a civil servant are basically seen by the board while asking questions. So make sure that you don't ever compromise with your ethical values. Personal integrity is of paramount importance. Maintain that integrity. How will you maintain that integrity? By being honest in all your statements and not getting into the area of surmises and conjectures. No guesswork, isn't it? If you are able to maintain that and give very logical, crisp answers, to the point answers, don't go beyond what has been asked and all that. Wait for a counter question to go beyond and all that. So with all that, we believe you are going to perform really well.
Thank you, sir.
2 things we have noticed: your hand movement. Initially, there was a lot of hand movement. Then subsequently, it was restricted. So it's very natural to move your hands and all that. Try to restrict as far as possible. But don't be very conscious of that whether I am keeping my hands and all that. But try to restrict. Socks, yeah, you will be going with this socks only.
Yes, sir. I thought
White.
Yes, sir.
White, don't wear white. Wear any color, black, blue, any, I think, white socks.
I thought it matched with my shirt, sir.
Shirt's all right, but doesn't match with a complete sense of dress.
Sure. I'll
So I think go for the matching with your suit and all that, you can wear that. And tie is all right, otherwise matching with your tie also you can wear.
Sure,
Okay.
sir.
Any questions from your side?
Sir, to tackle questions like you asked me to argue in favor of corruption, like was the answer sufficient?
It was not sufficient, but it was good.
Okay.
It was good. At least you had hit at the regulatory mechanism issue. That is, which is really an example of red tapeism in our country, isn't it? There could be many other things also. I mean, I wanted you to be more vociferous on this. because you played very safe, so that people don't get. But it's a debate.
Right, sir.
The debate doesn't mean that you belong to that category. The debate is a debate.
Right, sir.
So
I can go all out in defending corruption.
Yeah. So that will speak of your qualities of head and heart both.
Okay.
That this boy can think out of the box. He's a very innovative boy in his thinking. So we should go all out. Don't. You are still not a part of the Indian bureaucracy. Wanting to become, isn't
Sir,
it?
it won't show that side of my
No.
to the panel. That,
Because I am prompting you.
right,
I am
sir.
goading you.
right, sir.
So you can always say, sir, although it's a very difficult situation I have been put in because I don't believe in this. Nevertheless, let me try, sir. And
Right,
then
sir.
with that introduction, you can always
Right,
go,
sir.
isn't it?
Right, sir.
So, all of us do. Anything else?
Sir, will you give marks?
Marks we don't give as a matter of policy, but it is a category excellent. There cannot be a category beyond this.
Okay.
This one should make you feel happy.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.